Name, title, name as the routine for speech competitions. I'm trying to be very careful about using the word contest. Speech competitions. Speaker number 1, Sharon Kenty. I'll never forget that day. I'll never forget that day, Sharon Kenty. And what?
It was a dark and stormy morning, a Monday morning, the kind of day when anything could happen, and it did. Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, have you had a day like this? A dismal, low, dark clouds that I had to duck, keep from conking my head. The clouds were so low, they almost underground. Nevertheless, I rolled out of my thick blanket of beds, out of the sheetmosphere, and rolled into the thick blanket of clouds. I was hungry. I was so hungry and anxious for breakfast and coffee, I could eat the whole toaster in the coffee machine. As low as the day started, dismally, without promise, it progressed even lower. Like overcooked oatmeal without sugar. Little did I know that the peace in my neighborhood in my house was about to be shattered. My nice, quiet neighborhood, it was in a cul-de-sac, very safe. Nothing ever happened. It was so safe we even left the back door unlocked. I thanked my lucky charms that we were safe. But the first indication of something that was amiss, as I walked down the steps, my little brother was already up. He never gets up this early. But my sugar pop was still asleep. Cheerio! I yelled and grabbed the coffee. I went for the coffee, and that's when I discovered the crime. What a way to start the day. Even before my first cup of coffee, I forgot about eating the toaster in the coffee pot. But imagine my dismay when I had realized and discovered that it had happened again. A crime wave. The same thing had hit recently in the neighborhood and in the next neighborhood over. It was happening again, that very same crime that happened in many houses in town. There's a pattern to these crimes. And now it had happened right here where I lived. It had hit home. The kitchen was the scene of the crime. Conclusive evidence was found scattered on the floor, in the trash, in the sink. It was a particularly gruesome death, crushed, then stuffed into a pit of acid. What made it even worse is that I knew the victim. Sweet, a little flaky. Who could have done this? My life would never be the same. One by one, I went through the possible perpetrators. An intruder? No. There's no sign of break-in. Besides, we never locked the back door anyway. My dad? Good old sugar pop? Nah, he wouldn't have left any evidence. Mom? Not possible. She's special, okay? Big sister? Nah, she was in a sleepover, not even there. That fruit was out of the loop. By process of elimination, it landed on my little brother. It finally came down to my little brother, Dean. He was the baby of the family, spoiled. He got away with a lot of mischief. always coming up with funny tricks. Perhaps this time he had gotten too far. He had gotten his kicks way too much, really. I narrowed down the suspects. It became clear, and I was certain who had done this dastardly deed. I'll never forget that fateful day when it changed my life. And I found out that my brother, my little brother, sweet innocent little brother, was a serial killer. Mr. Toastmaster.
Okay, thank you very much.